What's up, boys and girls? What's up? This your boy Scott Lewis, Apartment Gamer and More, with another one. Pre-game. The Nets are playing the 76ers today at 6. We're going to talk a little bit about our point guard situation and the lineup. Also, rebuilding us and the players, how that affect us. And, it hurts the fan base as well as the players. The players can't be feeling good about losing. But we know there's a objective for the Nets this year to try to rebuild this team. We're in rebuild mode. What makes it difficult is that a lot of the players, including myself and the Nets fan base, is feeling the pressure already within 5 games. But we have some good things can come out of this. We need to be playing our rookies a little more. That's what I feel. But, I understand that you got to play the vets as well. Maybe just a combination. I was a little disappointed with not seeing Wolf play yet, and hoping that I can get to see him play at least before halfway through. So, and I'd like to welcome John. Hey, what's up,
Hey
John?
Scott, how you doing?
Everything's good, man. You hanging in there, what?
Of course, I've prepared for this for 2 years. I'm just glad it's finally happening. But I can also understand your thing about the rookies aren't getting enough playing time, and that should come sooner rather than later. Not like the last 20 games of the season, because
Yeah,
every minute for these rookies is important this year. And I think for Jordy, I think he's been humbled by the NBA because his system isn't working like he thought it would, and you can clearly tell with these rookies the physicality aspect there.
yeah,
All of them are lacking in some shape or form. But to play all the vets over them, I mean, if we're keeping it 100, the vets aren't exactly building up their value like
right,
I think Jordan's
yeah.
organization thought they could, because they have the worst defensive rating in the NBA. So you're definitely not seeing the vets reward Jordy's faith in them. So my thing is, Jordy, stop bashing your head against the wall and just embrace this. We're in the deep end already. We're back to 2016 right now. Like, you got
Right.
to embrace your young guys here in this
Yeah,
moment and show what a
yeah.
real coach you are.
I have a good feeling about how this is starting. I mean, if you're going to do a rebuild, 0-5 is a good start in a rebuild. And the other thing is, well, we can rock it out. I just want to see the rookies and let them get playing time to see if they're capable of handling it, or how they look as the season go on. Did they pick up anything? You know what I'm saying? So you got to play them eventually. The good thing is, I have a feeling that some of our vets will get to turn on, and we look at actually, Williams is back today. We playing against Philly. He's coming back, so that's good. He started off pretty good. So I mean, there's things to look up to. We just have to take our little steps forward. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with you. The Zaire thing is interesting because they said he did suffer a small fracture in his back, which, something that's small as a fracture, especially in the back, could potentially be worse if he hits that same spot again. So you hope they're a little cautious with him, see how he plays, if he plays at all tonight, to
Right,
see how his back feels. But you don't want that to become something serious. And for a guy
right,
of
right.
Zaire who has worked so hard to earn a role in this team, having him out would pretty much kill any defensive energy we're getting from any of our guys right now. And then Drake Powell, another guy who really should get a lot of playing time. If Jordy wants a guy that brings defensive energy, Drake Powell is your guy. But so far, we haven't seen that because of the ankle thing that he's recovered from, I think, already. So it's almost like you just got to find time for this kid to get acclimated and see what he could do defensively. Because right now, your defensive system isn't doing a whole lot of defending. So I think this would be a great opportunity, especially for Powell, to prove why he belongs on this team, why he belongs in the NBA, why he's a part of our future. But Jordy has to make that decision. And hopefully tonight, they'll find some time for these guys. We're playing it back to back. We're playing against Minnesota tomorrow, which is on Peacock. For
Right.
anybody who doesn't have that, so there should be ample opportunities for these young guys to play in today's game and tomorrow's game. And I know Philly don't have Embiid or George, but they got Maxey and Edgecombe, which is looking like one of the scariest backcourts in the whole
Yeah,
NBA.
and they
And we
playing
got Cam
well.
Thomas and Ben Sharaf right now, so
Right.
that's such a mismatch right there off the
Oh my
bat.
God. But you know what? I'm kind of excited to see Edgecombe play. I mean, as
Mhm.
from
Okay.
an NBA stand, I wouldn't
Right.
mind seeing him play. But yeah, this look like it ain't gonna look good, right?
Well, it's definitely not good being reminded by the guys you didn't draft or get a chance to draft. Like with
Oh
Dylan Harper,
man.
plus 33 against our whole team. That wasn't, and what he did to Clowney wasn't so good either. So, yeah, that's definitely a stinger that we're going to experience a lot this year, facing guys that we didn't draft, guys we didn't choose to draft, or guys we didn't get a shot to draft. So, yeah, tonight that's definitely one of those things. But if we're just talking about development, Scott, this is just where I'm coming from in this whole situation. Why playing the young guys is important, because we want to see them develop in some shape or form. Noah Clowney, man, the way he's played in these first 5 games, completely disappointing. A lot of us had high expectations, but so far in 5 games, 0 block shots. I think his stat line is 2, 4, and 2. He's showing you no real defensive physicality. I mean, this guy looks the part, but he's not playing the part on the court. And to what guys like Dylan Harper did against him, faking him out and getting the ball up in the hoop, or what Dyson Daniels did yesterday or the other day, which is just steal the ball from his hands. Like, you're not seeing an impactful, focused clown. You're just seeing a guy trying to go through the motions, try to shoot his threes, missing a lot of threes. And for Jordy to say that he's happy with what Noah Clowney's done so far, I'm not sure what Jordy's watching on the court, because that ain't looking happy from what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a guy that is not meeting the expectations that he set upon himself to really break out this year. Like, we can't have
Right.
no Clowney being a 234-pound finesse 3-point shooter. That's not development. That's just another guy waiting to be traded from this team, unfortunately. So I hope tonight we see an
Yeah, I hope
active
tonight
Noah
we
Clowney. We
yeah,
have to
right.
see an active Noah Clowney tonight.
Yeah, it would be
Like,
nice to
that's
see him
important
play
tonight.
much better because it seemed like he was playing very lackluster these past couple
Exactly.
of games. I'm kind of disappointed because he came in looking very well in shape. I thought,
Yep.
like he was saying, he was working on his ability to get to the rim, which is something that he needed to improve. I thought he'd be a little tougher on the inside as far as rebounding and defense, but he
Exactly.
hasn't shown any of that so
Nope.
far.
No, it's disappointing. It's even worse when MPJ, who's had 3 back surgeries, is out rebounding Noah Clowney. I mean,
Right.
has MPJ had like 8, 9 rebounds in a few games? Like, that's Clowney should feel some type of embarrassment just to be like, listen, I know I'm better than that out there. Yeah, the coach is giving me a pick me up, but it's like, no, you got to show it on the court. We're not seeing it. You're a background character right now. You got to be part of that front court, being imposing, getting the interior plays like you just talked about, having a shot block or two at least, like showing some type of physicality on defense and especially offense. But so far, Clowney's just trying to do the finesse 3-point shooting stuff, and he's missing a lot of his 3-point shots. So if he ain't even hitting those, what is Clowney doing right? I think his field goal percentage is in the 20s, which
Yeah,
is just
yeah,
not where you want him to be at all. So we got to see something this week and the next 5 to 10 games, because if we get through 20 games and this guy's stats are the way they are right now before the halfway point, definitely you're going to be a little concerned, because this is supposed to be his big year to validate a role. And so far, we're just seeing popcorn muscles on the court. And this is my whole thing about development. Our organization is not known for investing in young players, keeping them on his team long term, and letting them hit their full potential. We let the Jared Allen, the Chaos Verts go before they hit a ceiling. With these rookies, we got to see what type of ceiling we're dealing with. I'm only seeing Ben Saraf and some Yegor Dioman minutes, and the other 3 guys, one got sent to G League and Nolan, but Powell and Wolf are in the background ready to go right now, and we're not playing them. We're playing Tyrese Martin, Jalen Wilson, Terrence Mann, and the Tyrese Martin stuff. Listen, I know Ice, that's his guy, but
right,
respectfully, you're
right.
putting over a seventh man journeyman over the five guys you played a part in drafting. And you're saying
Right.
because of what he did in summer, he's getting all his playing time over these rookies? No, Jordy, stick to your word. You say you throw them in the fire, throw them in the fire and let them grow and learn the right way. Don't put the vets over them just because you want to get their values up. Their values aren't going up, they're going down. So you got to embrace the situation.
Well,
It's true, Scott. They got to
hopefully
embrace. He's got
Nolan
to
gets
embrace
some
the
playing
situation.
time today. So that's what I'm hoping. I was looking at what Michael Porter Jr. pointed out. Junior points to the Nets rookie point guards as a mid of the 0 and 5 start. I guess he's
Mhm.
trying to say, such an important position that, that's why we've been losing. I don't think totally that's the total thing. I can see it being part of it. But defensively, they have been lackluster as far as defense is concerned. Teams are just putting up mad points. But it fits the mode of where we are and where we're going. So I'm not complaining too much, but
Mhm.
I know it has to be wearing on the actual team. That wears on you being 0 and 5 and you starting to have these little doubts and stuff. But as like Michael Porter Jr. said, the team growing pain stems from its young point guards calling the position the hardest in the game. So a lot of has contributed to the Brooklyn Nets lack of success to begin the 2025-26 season, but everybody knows what we're trying to do.
Right.
Brooklyn remains winless at 0 and 5, sitting towards the bottom of the league in the total scoring and has historically bad defense. Growing pains were anticipated, especially given the franchise still young rebuild, but an actual bright spot has yet to emerge. And I totally believe that a bright spot will emerge out of these rookies. One of them got to come through.
They have to, or else this is a complete failure. One of the biggest drafting failures in NBA history, and the only people who have full blame for that is Sean Marks and Joe Desai. I mean,
Yeah,
they
that's
let
where we
Jordy,
gotta
they let
go.
Jordy have all that control last year because they wanted to have a respectful relationship between the coaching and the front office. Well, guess what? You lost that on top talent. You reached on 3 out of 5 of your guys, and instead of giving them the chance to grow and prove themselves, you're hiding them in the background, which makes this even look worse for them than they're
Right,
trying to make it look good. And my whole thing is this: you look at what our team is, we are lacking, extremely lacking in physicality, defense, and athleticism. We have no athletes on this team. You look at guys like Edgecombe, Harper, who are playing out of their mind right now. These guys are in game shape. The
right,
five, 4 out of 5 of the guys we drafted, I would say Drake Powell is closest probably to some type of game shape. 4 or 5 of the guys we drafted, none of them were in the proper game shape to handle the physicality, the rigors on defense, offensively expanding the games. Like these guys are just getting acclimated with shooting a basketball, with dribbling a basketball, with passing a basketball. Like fundamentals, we could tell with Jaeger off the bat, the dribbling fundamental isn't there because the NBA speeds up on you more
right.
than in college. So that's a huge adjustment for him. For Saraf, he can get by some people with footwork, but he has no jump shot whatsoever right now. He did hit 2 threes, but you could just see the inconsistencies. Like if he can't get by somebody, they can steal the ball easily from him and lock him up. So you can just tell with the rookies, there's certain things they got to work on, but you got to give them the time to do so. And I think for Jordy, he has truly been humbled by his experience. You talk about guys feeling the pressure. It took the fourth or fifth game for this guy to yell at his rookies, throw the pen, throw the pamphlet at them. Like, Jordy, instead of bashing your head against the skull trying to expect different results from these vets, let's be honest, these vets on this team right now, they have some okay skill sets, but you know all their ceilings right now, the vets on this team. They're not going to get magically better. They're not going to give you more than what they're giving you. So for these young guys, we don't know what their ceilings are right now. We need to see what they can do. If they can do better than these vets. I get trying to build up value, but their values aren't getting any better playing them 30, 40 minutes. You got to find 10, 15, or even 20 for some of these rookies to balance out. Well, I'm asking guys for balance. The tank is going great, but the balance of it all is still out of whack for this team, which I think
Yeah.
some people are realizing. Like they're going, "Wait, why the heck is Jalen Wilson getting 20 minutes, dropping 6 points, and guys like Nolan, Powell, and Wolf are playing 0 minutes? That's not development. Like you can
I,
only watch from the bench and go, "Hey, go Jalen," and this guy's dropping 6 points, and you go, "Damn." Maybe I could have done something different if I got the playing time tonight.
and
Instead, I had
Wolf
to play
and Wolf
cheerleader.
and
Come
Wolf
on.
went down to the G League. They're
They
gonna
sent him
send him
down?
to the. They're gonna send him to the G League. That's what
I,
they.
I hope he crushes it in that first month and he gets brought up immediately. Like this guy should not be in the G League for 3 months, maybe a month. But if he does really well, send him up here. That guy can run the offense of this team. He's got like a who was I? He's got like a Sangoon to his game. I even say a little Sabonis. He can dribble the ball. He could throw the ball really well to his teammates. He could find people for assists, dunk dishes, opportunities. Like he definitely knows how to move the ball well. So it's like I want to see this guy play because you look at Clowney right now, not meeting expectations. Claxton, he had one good game, but overall he has been meeting expectations. And then Dayron, as good as he is as a rebounder, he's a foul baiter, and he's never, in my opinion, going to be a starter. So really, the big man center position in our team is really up for grabs right now. And a guy like Wolf, you don't want to see him play in G League all season. You want to see him get
Yeah,
up to the
that's for
pros and try to
sure.
validate a role
I
because
totally
that
agree. That's
position's
fair.
open. That
That's
position is
fair.
wide open right now.
Yeah, that's
Like
fair. That's
we got to
fair.
give
He
him the
need to he
opportunity.
need to come back into play. I have a feeling they're gonna just send him there for a little while. They
Right.
want to. They actually want to give our bigs opportunity to do their thing. You know, because it would be good for the team in the long run. I totally believe that. The last time the Nets started a season 0-5 was in 2015, 2016. I forgot about that.
Going back
They
in time,
finished with
Scott.
right.
Going
They
back in
finished
time.
21-61. Sleeper Nets could put that up there. You remember
Yeah.
this team? Oh
Oh my
man.
God, the atrocious talent on that team. Sheesh. I'm surprised Brook Lopez even was still on that team because he probably could have
Yeah.
been winning championships even before that somewhere else.
That was our last shooting big man.
Right.
I
And
mean, he wasn't that bad.
no, it was crazy. I think I saw a stat in the beginning of his career for like the first 4 or 5 years of his career. He wasn't doing anything, and
Right.
then like the next 3 or 4 years in Brooklyn, he became a franchise scorer, which is wild. Like I like Brook Lopez, but I really do hope somebody eventually breaks the scoring record on this team. Somebody that is homegrown and will be here for a long time. Lopez, there was an idea that he could have been one of our guys, but unfortunately, just given how what happened after we made that big trade in 2013, one of the most consequential trades of all time that really didn't do us any favors. Like we need a franchise guy next year's draft that can be here for the next 5 to 10 years, really help build us up from the ground up. At the same time, give us an edge because we're missing a guy like that can play so versatile basketball, offensively and defense. We give you so many positives with steals, with blocks, with defense, just all the above rebounds. Like we don't have a guy on this team that can do all those things right now. So next year's draft is paramount. But right now, seeing these rookies play is super important. But we're not seeing them right now because we have to build up these vets' value. But Scott, I'm looking at next year's trade deadline, and it really just starts December 15th. If this team keeps playing like this for the next month of November, having the worst defense of all time, like I don't know that we're going to get anything back from a lot of these vets. You might be getting second round picks, maybe a protected pick for Claxton or Cam, but you're not getting no unprotected picks with this veteran talent. They can keep playing like this. Like, and one of the best guys is MPJ, but he's making $39 million. I don't know what team is willing to take that contract right now. I don't see a lot of buyers. So if he is your best guy right now and everybody else is playing lackadaisical, this is not how you build up vets' values. That's why you got to
Right.
find minutes for these young guys. And Nolan, I agree why he's going to the G League right now to get his offensive confidence up. You can see
Yeah.
he doesn't really understand what he's doing out there on the offense. And defensively, that's going to take a while. I don't think this guy's going to add muscles in the next year. So getting physically stronger and becoming a more confident scorer is definitely going to be important for Nolan in his G League development. I think it will do him so well. For him, I can see obviously why he needs it, but for Yegor, Powell, and Wolf, those three guys in particular should be playing right now. So Raph, the only reason he got this position was Diego was injured and Nolan didn't step up to the plate. But if everybody's thinking Saraf deserves that starting point guard job, no. For the tank, yes. For long term, eh. Like I don't see him as our starting point guard because
That's
he
fair.
can't score consistently. Like it's his opportunity right now, but I can't wait till Yegor potentially gets that starting lineup or Powell and Wolf just blow the roof off this place the next few months. Like those are the guys that should be getting those starting minutes right now. Saraf and Nolan, they're long term projects because they have to get physically stronger, and convert themselves from being Euro guys to being pro American players. And that's going to take a while for those two
Yeah.
guys in
The
particular.
ruler said that he was drafted by Brooklyn or New Jersey at the time.
Lopez,
Lopez.
I think he
Yeah,
was
he was
drafted in
drafted by
Jersey.
Brooklyn, right? Billy King
Mm.
drafted him, right? Or no, Billy King got rid of our draft picks.
He must have been drafted in like 2012, just before we got to Brooklyn. We got to Brooklyn, what, 2013?
Right.
Like, I know he was on that team then, so it must be just around there.
He only
Hmm.
shot 32 when he left the Nets. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did develop his three while with the Nets, and then when he left, he was just basically a three shooter.
This is
Yeah.
definitely going to be a long season for these rookies, but I just want to see them get the playing time. Like, it's way better, Scott, to be able to evaluate these guys, see what they do. But when you play them 0 minutes, it's like I got to focus on Terrence Mann, Tyrese Martin, and Jalen Wilson, guys where I know what their ceilings are. Like, I really don't want to focus on that. There's really nothing to talk about there too much. And but some people argue what's important for their development, but it's like, is it important for the longevity of our team's development? No, because a good amount of these vets won't be here in the next 2 years. And this trade deadline, I think Sean Marks might have to sell for pennies on the dollar with some of these vets if they're going to keep playing like this, which is uninspired, focused on their own goals, as opposed to making Jordy's system semi work. But the only thing is, it can't work because we are lacking physicality and we're lacking athleticism. Like, you cannot put lipstick on a pig, expect it to be a beauty pageant queen. Like, you know what I'm
That's for
saying? Like,
sure, right?
it's true. Like, these guys gotta step up their game somehow and just try to work on their weaknesses and build their value. But not having youth on this team to play those minutes, it's definitely doing them way more damage than not playing them. Because, these young guys could work with these vets in some way. The vets are good at helping young guys stand out, but if you just have the vets on the team playing all these minutes, it's very easy for their values to tank. And they currently are right now, unless Jordy finds a way to mix it up a little bit.
Right. I mean, it's definitely tough right now, and I get it. All the Net fans are kind of like all over the place. It's tough being a Net fan right now, watching our team do struggle. But we knew going into this season what to expect, so it's
You
just
ain't
a
a Nets fan if you ain't
continuation.
suffering, Scott. That's my motto for us this year. You ain't a Nets fan if you ain't suffering. And
Right,
we suffered for 10
we know.
years. Hopefully we could
I don't
change that.
expect the Nets to have no more than 20 wins. Now that I look at the team, I had projected more than 30. Remember, I did
Hmm.
say 30, but I can't see it now. I can't really see it
I
right
said
now.
14 last year, and I'll stick with 14 this year. That's my lucky number. I'll be honest with you. I think if we have an even amount of wins as opposed to odd number of wins, I think that helps us. I don't know why. I just feel like evens over odds. Maybe that'll help us out.
Well, Nolan is available for today's game, so Nolan Triol should be playing. He should.
See.
I don't think he's going to start, but I think he's going to come in the game.
We'll see. I heard Terrence Mann had an illness, but he's available to play. Hey, listen, you want to get the plague on this team? Oh, by all means. But if you want to rest him, play your young guys. That's an option too, right, Scott?
Yeah,
Like we
because
can
you
play
like you said, we
young
have a back to back, so it doesn't matter.
guys. Right?
And I think personally, just getting one out of two, we had 3 games at the Clay, and then before we go on the road, so this, getting 1 out of 3 would be okay.
Well, I think Wednesday we have a shot against the Pacers. Pacers just got their first win, but at the same time, do we want to give the Pacers the worst record if we beat them Wednesday, which takes us out of the running? Means we're running for the
Well, we're
sixth
gonna
pick.
lose today.
I don't know about that.
We're gonna lose
Well,
today,
they
man.
still have Pascal though, so it could go either way. But I think Wednesday, I think that's a game Cam's going to want to go off because the Pacers are missing a lot of guys to guard Cam Thomas. If they don't guard Cam Thomas,
He's gonna
Cam
get
could go
off.
off. Yeah, so that's an X factor on Wednesday. So I think Wednesday's our best chance. Even Minnesota don't have Ant Man right now. They still got Rudy and Julius Randle. I've looked at his stats a little bit. Julius Randle is he's balling
He's
out his
ball.
mind right now to kick off the
Yeah, he's
season.
balling. He's balling.
So
Well,
that's
that's
definitely.
he's been balling since 2 seasons ago before the Nets let him go, or the Knicks let him go. So it doesn't, he's been balling.
Yeah, but it's a big year for them. They got to get back and get over the hump. But I keep saying it's never easy to keep repeating being in the Western Conference Finals. Those are wasted opportunities. So for this year with Ant Man injured, it could definitely make a break for them. And I really feel like Ant Man could eventually be on the move from a team like the Timberwolves if he ever feels like this team has hit a ceiling. But I want to get to your ideas about something. The John Morant news. It's like a friggin' bomb went off yesterday, man. When he got asked after the game, why were your numbers so bad? And he said, ask the coaching staff, they don't want me to play. I mean, Scott, we saw last year once Taylor Jenkins got fired, there was a divide between Ja and the Memphis organization. The Memphis organization apparently tried to override Ja and the coach,
He could
implementing
be
their
on the
own
block
schemes.
next year. He
No,
could
he's on
be
the
up.
block right now. He might be on the block right now. I mean, look,
You
Ja
think so?
already got suspended. Ja got suspended for tonight's game by the Memphis front office because
Because
of
of what he
conduct
said. Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the coach, and he don't
Yeah.
like the new coach. So Morant could be on the move in a few months. And listen, I know some people don't want John Morant. I can understand all the reasons why: the gun stuff, the attitude, the health. The health is a big thing, but nobody can deny when this guy's healthy, he's one of the most elite talents in the NBA. And
Yeah.
for a team like us who are trying to find any way to build this back up, there's nothing in the rules this year that says the Nets can't tank for a top five guy and trade for Ja during the mid end of this season. So
Yeah, that's
imagine having
true.
Morant on this team already, and you have to give up something again. So you probably have to give up MPJ or one of your young prospects, something like that, to get Ja and a few picks. But to get Ja on this team for this year and then to have a franchise guy in next year's draft, it gives the Nets an avenue to build this up where you're not just playing mediocre the next year or two for no reason. And I know Ja has a lot of things going against him, but at the same time, you have Claxton on this team, you have
It's
Zaire on the
interesting.
team, two
It's
close
interesting.
friends of his. So it wouldn't be like Ja would be coming here without connections either.
Yeah, it
So
is
like
interesting. It is
there,
interesting.
it's something to look at potentially.
Yeah,
It,
yeah. It's a possibility. It's a possibility that he could be on the move this year. I personally think it'll be at the end of the year, but you know,
it depends
it's a
on
move.
how volatile the situation with Memphis is. But
Right.
if he
It
gets
depends on
suspended
how
again,
what he say
yeah.
afterwards.
Nah, he looks like I can understand why he's upset. Like offensively, he was a all-star superstar when he was running the offense, but the front office tried to tell him to not do that. So they kept him out of a lot of plays, and his numbers have dipped if you've seen the last 2 years. So I can
Right.
understand that they're trying to think about his health, but they're forgetting about who he is as a player. So maybe he just wants to be on a team where he knows he can control the offense, but still play his game. And a team like us who are trying to find some type of identity, it would be the worst thing in the world to have one star on this team that can help build for next year's draft, and then we go from there and see what happens. Like Morant could really unlock teammate skill sets with what he could do in the interior. I mean, Claxton, I think his lob numbers would go up tremendously. Maybe Clowney's numbers, like and Dayron as well. Like the bigs on this team, they would really do well with John Morant and what he could do with the pick and roll. So there are definitely a lot of positives to having John on this team, but I understand the negatives are really overbearing right now. Like I'm not upset with the people that say keep this guy far away from us. We don't need a guy that doesn't represent the culture. But at the same time, John Morant is a great player. So when he's healthy, so at the same time, I could see reasons for it and reasons not for it. Scott. I think
Yeah,
it'll just
yeah,
depend
yeah.
on what happens at the deadline this year. But there's definitely some real bad blood going on right now in Memphis. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this upcoming week to see if things have cooled down or the temperature is going to get blown out the roof.
I don't know, man. The way it looks, I swear, it looks like it can get blown out because Ja is a real outspoken guy,
Yep.
and it can go sour real fast.
Yep.
And then that's got to jump on opportunities. I hope that Sean gets that, because well, one thing about Sean, he will gamble though. I don't know if he will now, but he would. He used to.
I mean, it would be a pretty incredible gamble. We're tanking for a top five guy. You get Ja for like the last 20 games of the season, knowing that he will be there the following year. And if you draft a Peterson and AJ or Boozer, imagine Boozer in our front court and Ja in our back court. Whoa,
Yeah,
that
that'd
would
be.
be sick. I mean, come on. You want to talk about interior threats? Those two guys, how could you stop those two guys if they were together on the same team? Like, there is a way for the Nets to still acquire talent, tank for your top pick, but you're mixing it up. Like, right now, there's nobody in this team that's making anybody better. As much as Cam Thomas, as playmaking has gotten slightly better, if he isn't offensively taking control of the game, if he's sticking in Jordy's system, we're getting blown out by 40 to 50 points. So, as much as Cam has done somewhat better the last few games, you could also look at the weaknesses still being a huge problem with him not being the guy on this team. So we really are lacking that number one guy that can open up everybody's game. And that's a huge thing they have to eventually solve because if we don't have that guy blocking everybody else, it's just going to be a crap show. And
Right.
that's why this situation with Ja is something to monitor at the
Yeah,
very
they
least.
definitely. I would. That's fair. That's fair. I think the what do you think the Nets how the Nets organization feel about Porter talking about the point guard play?
It's interesting. Listen, Michael Porter, you know how outspoken he is as well, given what he does on his
Right.
podcast here or there. But listen, MPJ has been consistent so far. The points, rebounds, even the assists. Like he's doing what he has to do, which is boost up the stats, keep his value well, and maybe there's an opportunity the Nets do trade him somewhat this season. But at the same time, he's got the expiry next year. Listen, I think what he's doing with these point guard situations, he's being honest. At the end of the day, none of our point guards are super experienced. I mean, Saraf does have Euro experience, but pro in America experience is way different from Euro experience, especially with
Yeah.
the
It
physicality.
sure
And you
enough
could just
is.
tell. You could just tell he's been overwhelmed. And offensively,
Yeah.
he can't create much. But overall, our guards need a lot of work on this team. Some of them have playmaking experience, but none of them have the physicality, the consistent on offense experience. So there's a lot they have to clean up. But MPJ, hopefully, he's being a good vet to these young guys and just reminding them that listen, every day's a new day on this team. What you did yesterday don't matter. It's what you do today and the following, etc. Maybe he's giving some of those young guys the pointers they need. It's just right now it'd be nice if one of our young guys were a breakout guy already, like with what Harper and what Edgecombe these other guys are doing. For these young guys on our team, it's going to be a real struggle, and that's not a horrible thing, but it's definitely not what you'd hope for when this was a draft that had much young talent that could be really game changing. And for us right now, we have guys just trying to figure out how to dribble a ball, how to score, how to hit threes. Like it's really like a baby crawling right now with these rookies. They're learning how to crawl on the court before they could walk and run the court. And that's what you hope for out of a tank, like you just said, Scott, beginning of the show. But at the same time, you want to see some development too, them getting confident. You want to see them getting lack of confidence with their skill sets. You're already seeing that quickly. And that's not what you want from a guy like Jordy, who said he had no problem drafting 5 rookies and believing he could turn them into decent rotation guys. But by keeping them on the bench, holding them back, it's definitely not making them feel confident in Jordy, I would say. Because if they screw up, they feel like they're going to get benched for these other vets. And
Right.
that's not what you want. You want these guys to feel like every day they're coming in to earn something, not that it'll get ripped right out of them. I understand Jordy wants everybody to earn everything, but you got to give and take as well. You
Right.
can't
Right.
just
Right.
expect them to be perfect. Nobody's going to be
No.
perfect on this team.
Yeah,
So that's definitely
that's
some
for
stuff that's
sure.
to be ironed out there with
Yeah, that's for
Jordy
sure.
and his rooks.
That's fair, man, because I personally think, yeah, everybody on this team got some kind of dysfunction, but, that's a player thing. But I don't think that, with all these moving parts, all these rookies, you got a couple of new vets on the team, you got some yeoman players on the team. They haven't really been together. So I expected this to happen. I kind of expected this to happen. I was hoping that one of the players can come in and start working out, but it didn't work out. So far,
No?
Nolan hasn't been on the floor, which I was hoping that he would be the point guard,
Mm-hmm.
and it just haven't been panning out so far.
Yeah, who would have thought when we drafted Seraph he'd be playing more minutes than our whole rookie class? Like
What?
I genuinely thought he'd be starting in the G League because we knew what his weaknesses are. I thought Nolan and Yegor they would start, but Yegor needed some time with the injury stuff. But it looks like he's almost back to semi-normal. But Nolan clearly he's going to need that time, and I hope it serves him well. But Powell and Wolf especially, the less they're in the G League and more on the team, the better for this year because those are guys you can immediately test and see what their windows could be. But you hold them back like this, I get it. Maybe you're trying to preserve possible injuries. You want them to just learn from watching stuff like that. I get that. But at the same time, you got to let them get their feet wet and show what they can do as well. Like this, you can't baby and coddle them. For 10 years, Scott, none of our homegrown guys have ever won a single accolade in Brooklyn. That's embarrassing. It's insane. Because you look at all the leagues all over the world, especially in the pros, even Euro, there's young guys winning awards left and right. But for Brooklyn in particular, to not have a single rookie win All NBA or something like that, that's got to change. But doing this right here with the rookies their first year, none of them are even putting themselves in serious categories for that, which is
Right.
disappointing. Because you want them to build up their own little resumes and show that they're more than just reach picks. Because if
Yeah.
they're reach picks, that becomes a sort of title where you don't feel good about them long term. That's just another piece I can move, another
Yeah.
piece I
Yeah.
can flip down the line. You don't
It's
want
like
that
you
either.
wasted a pick, right? Basically.
Yep. And I told people that if this doesn't work, this was a huge historic waste. And it's not to be a disrespect towards the guys, but was it really worth it drafting 5 playmakers as opposed to maybe a wing, a center, 2 guards? Like
No,
we
it
could
wouldn't
have
have
done
hurt
this
to take
different
a center and
ways.
a wing, right?
Yeah.
A wing and a center, yeah. I definitely knew we needed a center. We needed another center, potentially. We needed another wing.
Mhm.
That's for sure.
You see what
And
Ryan
yeah,
Corcoran is
we do
doing?
need a point guard, but I mean,
You
you
see, you
can't
see
get
what
everything in one day, you
you
know?
see what you see what Ryan Corcoran is doing for the Hornets? Not he's
I
for the Hornets right now.
know. I know.
Insane.
And we could have got him too.
Oh my god, what he did to us a night one was like playing volleyball with a giant. Like we,
I know. I
that
know.
was
His
horrible.
defensive skills are great.
And that was a guy
His
Ice said we should draft. Ice was on the nail with a lot of these guys. Nick Clifford, Austin Newell. Like there was some guys we could have taken a leap of faith with that probably could have better suited the balance of our team. But Sean and Joe and Jordan were focused on playmaker, playmaker, playmaker because it's less time on the clock. You could pass out to each other. But we are missing scoring. We are missing physicality. We are missing athleticism. Even though
and
some of these players are slightly taller, we're missing tall guys like
yeah,
guys that can be really impactful on this side of the ball. So
but
I just
like Sean said, if it doesn't work, he need this to work, and I don't.
he got to get the heck out of Brooklyn, Scott.
I
Time is
don't.
up. Time is
Honestly, I
up.
don't see it. Honestly, I'm being fair. I mean, I'm just
I, I
being
don't. I don't.
fair.
I don't mean to pull a Scrooge here, but I'm the ghost of Christmas past, present, future, and now. Time is up, Sean. We've been through your whole bio already. Enough's enough. Like the fact that this guy won 2 rings, Scott, one playing 5 minutes off the bench for the Spurs, another being an assistant getting Popovich's coffee. He used those 2 rings, which he didn't really do a whole lot to win, to ramp himself up to be a GM of a basketball team. And you've seen for 10 years, this guy doesn't understand sustainability. He understands shortcuts. He understands recycling picks. But when we talk about building something real, you've seen it, Scott. A lot of Nets fans are always banging their heads against the wall, going, "What's happening this year? We thought we understanding what's going on, but something else completely is happening in front of our eyes. Like that's got to change." And it
Yeah,
starts with giving these young guys the time to grow their games.
that's
But
fair. That's fair.
we got to see it the next few weeks, hopefully. Hopefully, we're not
Yeah,
just watching these vets tank their values.
that
Like
that's
that's
fair.
not fun.
Yeah, that's fair though, because clearly we in the shitter as Leaf says. But I want to look at the schedule today. Um, we Philly is playing really good ball, man. Philly is 4-1. They only lost their last game. They
By a point,
by 1 point at that.
you know.
Yeah, the Bulls is surprised at 5-0.
Hey, that's the one team that doesn't know how to tank, so I'll take it. I'll take it. They
Giannis is
probably should
playing
tank, but I don't know.
outstanding ball right now. Oh my
Ridiculous,
God.
ridiculous. As long as he's healthy, they got a chance. But if he gets an
Yeah,
injury, that team will collapse.
the Pistons are 4-2 right now. The Heat are 3-2, and the Hawks are 3-3. The Cavs are 3-3. I'm surprised.
Pelicans,
Magic
man, getting
is three
mashed
and
right now.
four. Celtics are 3-4, and the Knicks are 2-3. Knicks can't afford
Ooh,
to lose too many more games. They're gonna be fighting to get back in the race.
I'm telling you, nobody fears the Knicks. When you have a horrible defensive duo like Brunson and Towns, no matter the positives they give you offensively, their defense is enough to erase their positives, and
Now,
people
one
won't
thing I
believe
can
in
say
us.
about the Knicks, and I saw them last year, and I'm not saying that he's not capable of doing it, but Towns had an outstanding year last year.
Oh, he was great last year, but it's just that no matter what they've done with him defensively, he can't do it. He
Right.
just doesn't have the body to play defense at a high level. And the problem is with the Knicks, they have over what, 50 $60 million committed to Bridges and OG. Those supposed to be your anchor defenders, and it seems like they can't lock down defense with Towns and Brunson being so bad. It's almost like Xing each other, canceling each other out. That's what those players do on that team. And their bench depth, I don't know if it's gotten tremendously better than what it is. They expected
Nah,
Jordan
it hasn't
Clarkson to
gotten
be the
better.
six-man runner of the year, and he's been okay, but they're still waiting for him to take over. I still think the Knicks, hate to say this, but they should be no less than a top 16. But if they're a play-in team this year,
That'll be a
woo, we
bad
got
look.
control of their picks to 2031. I'm totally fine with that. I got no problems with that. That'd actually be a huge win here.
There's
We don't
gonna
have
be
their pick this
problem.
year.
I think change sometimes when you change the coach, it's not a good thing, especially when you
All
have a
right.
good season. I don't think that was a good move. I really don't believe that. That's
Mike
not
Brown is
his
not a
fault. You ain't
defensive
got a
coach.
bench. I mean, you can't blame him. You really don't have a bench.
Right.
You really didn't. Yeah, it was your
And
starting
Mike
five.
Brown's not known for being a defender. He's an offensive coach, and it seems like the pacing that he wants to run and gun offense, like Jordy
Towns
wants to
can't
do
do
right
that.
now, ain't doing
Towns
that.
Towns is not that dude that he want. I'm telling you. He
I,
likes his scoring, but he's not. You know,
I,
I
I'll
just
tell
thought
you,
last year was an anomaly for him. He had a great
right?
season. That's what I
I'm,
said.
I
I
tell
can
you
say that.
this,
I think he's now showing you who he is.
right?
I
It's
just
really
thought that it was good last year, and that was it.
the whole
But
team is just as imbalanced. And then Josh Hart, he has to get surgery on his finger. He's playing with four fingers on one hand. Like
yeah,
they had to move him to the bench now, and he said like, "Oh, I want to be a starter, a bench guy. I don't want to be both." So they've taken him away from the starting unit, which takes away that defensive edge. So they're definitely working with imbalances. But I'll tell you this: if Detroit Magic, and even the Bucks, if they keep doing what they're doing and getting ahead of water this early, it's definitely going to
yeah, yeah. I
cloud
think
things for the Knicks because they have
yeah,
to deal with a lot
yeah,
more than the dark horse. I think the Knicks don't want to face. I mean, even with Embiid on one leg and a paralyzed face the last time they faced him, he was dropping, 40, 50 points against them. And now they
yeah,
have Edgecombe and a rejuvenated Maxi. Like, that's a team I think the Knicks would not want to face in the playoffs because if George and Embiid can remain healthy, their team is definitely a team I don't think a lot of playoff teams want to mess with.
that's
And it's
true.
crazy because we thought they'd be a dumpster fire to start out the season because there was a lot of unknowns. But the way Maxi and Edgecombe are developing insane chemistry this quick. Whew,
Yeah.
I mean, Embiid and George should count themselves lucky they have those two young talents because without those two guys, I don't even think Philly's a playoff team at this point. They're a play-in team, but those two young guys are taking them over the top. And for the Knicks, their core is getting older. I mean, what Towns is going to be 32, Brunson's going to be 30 soon. Like
Yeah,
their core
yeah,
is getting older already,
yeah.
and
Another couple of years, and that team's gonna be broke up.
exactly. And OKC is just running away with it right now. Like they're just
Yeah,
having
OKC
insane
is
depth.
doing their
Oh my
thing.
god.
They 6-0. The Spurs are playing very well. Oh my
That is
god.
that's the dark horse team of the West. I mean, Wemby's
What?
playing like
Like
MVP
out of
on
his mind.
steroids.
Out of his mind. He really came in
Oh,
this year with a vengeance.
exactly. That they're just such a
What?
they're such a fun team right now. Like
Yeah,
they,
yeah,
I
they
don't
are
think
fun to
these teams
watch. Even
do
if
what
they
they're
don't
doing.
win, it's just exciting to. I know the San Antonio fans are enjoying their team right now.
They
So
definitely want to get Wemby to his first playoff round just to see what that's like, and I think that definitely will test them. But it should be fun basketball nonetheless. I mean, the West is still insane as ever, but the
yeah,
Lakers, LeBron's future is definitely in doubt. He might sign somewhere else. Nuggets, we have their pick. Joker, is he going to be on this team if they don't win this year? Like he's due for a contract next summer, but if he don't sign it, he's a free agent in 2027. So that's definitely something to watch
yeah.
out for too. And then Memphis, if this stuff with Ja gets bad, they could be a bottom team. And Timberwolves, they need a healthy Ant Man. So there's definitely a lot of moving parts there. And the Pelicans, oh my, I mean, they could draft all the young talent in the world. I mean, Zion Williamson, this is supposed to be his bounce back year.
Now
0 and
the thing
5,
about the Pelicans
that's
is
not a
killing
bounce back.
me. How you got all that talent and down at the bottom?
It's that coach Willie Green. I saw him the other day. I can't believe this is possible. He was playing Zion Williamson and DeAndre Jordan on the same court together, Sky.
Wow.
How could you do that? That's just awful spacing. Like,
Yeah.
that's basically 3-on-5 basketball on
Wow.
defense
Wow.
and on offense. Like, that's insane. I hear that guy might be fired soon, Willie Green. So, yeah,
The
they got to make
Mavericks
some
is going to be a
decisions.
different team when Kyrie come back.
Their window is so short. We talked about
Yeah,
it, Scott,
it's now or never for them.
When Nico made that Devils deal to get Luka off this team to get Cooper. AD and Kyrie, like both those guys are approaching mid 30s, and AD he's injured right now. I heard his calf, his
Yeah.
Achilles might be a concern. AD with those injuries, if he
Yeah.
goes down, I don't care if Kyrie comes back, they have no
Yeah, yeah, they still
resistance.
be in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're forcing Cooper to play point guard. A lot of people are dogging me because I was hiring Cooper. Listen, he's learning a new position. He can make plays, but he's not a point guard. They're
Yeah.
forcing him to be a point guard right now. He's a forward. So
Right.
once Kyrie comes back, like Scott says, I think Cooper's numbers will be even better than they are right now. But it's hard when you're missing your main scorer and you have to be a playmaker. Like
Right,
he's
right,
just doing what the coaching staff, what Jason Kidd wants of him. So
right.
like I think Cooper's doing exactly what he has to do, but you definitely wish Kyrie was on this team right now because I think the stuff they give in Cooper wouldn't be as bad because Cooper would be doing what his normal role is, being a wing. But
Right.
being a point guard, it's not easy. Like Devin Booker, it wasn't easy to go from scoring guard to point guard. We saw that.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not going. It's not easy going from one position to the next. It's not.
Yeah, everybody
So
gets humbled by that. So like, yeah, and then the Trailblazers, they are a wild card team. Scott, I don't know what to
yeah,
make
I
of
don't
that.
even understand that team sometimes. But
Yeah, they don't.
they are a wild card team. They you can't trust what's coming out of there.
They got Drew Holiday right now. That guy's playing great basketball. Like as much as people say Drew Holiday's lost a few steps, this guy is right now in the 21st century one of the best defensive players to ever step foot in the NBA. I mean, to win titles with Milwaukee
Well, he's
and
brung
Boston,
stability for that team. That's
yeah,
what it is.
like he's definitely somebody that the Trailblazers could keep, or they could flip for some assets. Even though he's
Right.
older and he's
Hmm.
making a decent amount of money, he's still definitely a vet a lot of teams would want if they're trying to win a championship. The Warriors, I
Yeah,
don't know what to make of the
they came
Warriors
out the
right now.
block on fire, but then after that they cooled down a
Yeah,
little bit.
the Kaminga situation that has to get addressed. I know Kaminga's playing really great right now, good for him, but he signed that 2 year deal, so eventually he could be moved. Not that he's going to stay in the background with Jimmy Curry and Draymond at the helm, because those guys are near the ends of their careers in a few years. And for Kaminga, clearly he wasn't as valued highly. So even though he's playing great right now, that situation will probably be have to address. But if they lose Kaminga, the Warriors lose pretty much all their athleticism on that team. Like they're just going to be a team that could shoot, play some
Right.
defense, but they don't have athletes and they're a much older squad. So
They're much older
yeah,
squad. Yeah.
that's definitely something to look out for too.
You think Curry is going to retire after this season or next season?
No, I think Curry's going to play at least till he's 39 or something like that. I mean, you saw Clayton Kershaw right now. The guy won a ring with the Dodgers, but he retired at 38 just because his body couldn't deal with the injuries anymore. For Curry, the guy's still playing ridiculous basketball. I
That's
mean,
true.
the greatest 3 point shooter of all time, probably. And I think for the Warriors, this is a big year for them because if they don't win this year, you got to start looking at Draymond and his future. Like Draymond, I think said he'll retire after his contract's up or something like that.
Yeah,
And
he
he's a
did
guy that
mention that.
they might have to sadly move if they want to keep Curry's window alive with Jimmy, because Jimmy, I think next year is making $60 million, which is insane. So like they might have to make a tough move there and end another core piece of Curry's dynasty to try to be competitive again. But for the Warriors, they're just missing athleticism if they let Kuminga go. So
Yeah.
I don't know if their roster is as deep or dangerous as OKC or even Houston. I think Houston might have advantage over the Warriors just because they have a lot more bigger players. They have some athletic players, especially with Amon Thompson. So yeah, I think the Warriors, they have 3 stars, but they definitely don't have the depth they used to have when Bob
Right.
Myers was in charge.
Right. The Thunder is just rolling, boy. I
What's the
swear.
score right now against the Pelicans?
They killing the Pelicans.
What's the
114.
104?
Yeah, they killing them.
What is it?
80,
114 to 82?
87.
Holy sheesh! That means 0-6, yo.
Yeah,
Zan
they
Zion.
kill.
Can I be honest with you, Scott? What is Zion's trade value right now? I mean, if they go 0-12 or something like that, and a team wants Zion, what do we have to give up for him? I don't think we have to give up a whole lot.
They might
I
be
mean,
worse than us, man.
well, the great thing is they don't own their pick anymore. The Hawks own that pick, but that's also a bad thing because if the Pelicans are in the bottom three with us, the Hawks might get another lottery pick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that stinks. Oh, that stinks. They could move off of Trey Young and get his replacement. Oh my God! Imagine they got Darren Peterson. Scott, imagine the Hawks got Darren Peterson with Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels. Oh my, jeez, that would piss off some people.
Yeah, but they wouldn't be much. They wouldn't be able to pay everybody on that team.
No, I
They would
think they're
have.
letting Trey go. If you want my honest take, I think they're letting Trey go. I think they have a lot of young pieces. It's just I don't think they see Trey Young as a 50, $60 million player. But it's just like Cam Thomas. He's not athletic. He doesn't play great defense. And besides his great scoring, and he's a great listen, I'll be honest with you, Trey Young's playmaking is elite for what
Yeah,
he
it's
does.
definitely
It's
elite.
elite. But for everything else, lack of height, lack of defense, lack of athleticism, same with the Hawks is going. This new CBA era, we got to pay a star that checks those boxes. And in the previous CBA era, I think everybody would have been fine keeping Trey as that guy, but they've not gotten far with Trey as the guy. So I think if they don't get in the top six this year, I think Trey's gone from them. I think he's going elsewhere.
That's
Not
fair.
sure where, but I
And
think he's
he's
going
been with
elsewhere.
them for a minute too.
Right. So
Yeah,
they're
so it's
definitely a
not
team to
like they
watch.
haven't given him the chance to.
Yeah. And that Pelicans GM is a real joke. He had two picks that could have been lottery picks for his own team. He gave the Pacers back their own pick, which saved their butts because Harburn went down. And then they gave their own pick to the Hawks. So it's like the Hawks and Pacers are in the lottery just because that GM gave away those two picks that he could have kept for his own team. That's right now 0-8.
Oh man,
Yo,
this is
I mean, I know Sean Marks has botched a lot of things, but man, I don't know if anybody's botched it like that
yeah
ever.
that yeah that's tough.
Like, man, Derek Queen better be like generational. I like Derek Queen, but I never thought that guy was generational. I thought he would have been a good talent, but
They
man,
took our guy from us,
yeah,
man.
I know, I
Yeah,
know. I wish we could have Derek Queen. I wish we could have Jeremiah Fears, especially Fears is looking really good.
yeah, we could have used either one of them right now.
Oh,
Well, the
we
game getting ready to start. Let me get ready to watch the game. John, thanks for
good
being
talking with
here.
you, Scott. Thank you very much.
How people can get in touch with you, man?
No problem. Anybody want to talk fun basketball with me? I'm on Twitter. Everything BKN as John. Me and Scott chop it up on his show, Apartment Gamers. We also chat on Breezy's podcast and Iceman Eskimo, the Tip Off podcast. But yeah, definitely on Twitter a lot. Everything BKN as John. And Brooklyn fans, I know this has been a very unfortunate, tough start to the year. We all prepared ourselves for this moment after these next was it 70 something games? Hopefully, the end goal is that we get a franchise guy. Hopefully, the Flatbush Five gets development. And then next year, we come in with a core six and we start playing real winning, building basketball habits because the Brooklyn base deserves a team that has something to fight for every year. And for right now, we're just trying to fight to build a team. But hopefully, the suffering will end and we'll be on the ascension to being a good basketball team. But thank you, Scott, for having me. Shout out Brooklyn no matter what.
Thanks, John. No problem. Like and subscribe. Thanks, everybody. Game getting ready to come on. I'll be back on probably after the game. Check us out. Peace, everybody.
Peace.